Hey everyone, it's me again, Carnation Grove. I have got to harvest this calendula, and I just really am trying to get things harvested, but I'm really trying to get some videos for you guys as well. I am really, I thought I was doing really good this year at harvesting and going through stuff and whatnot, but I'm really not. As you can see, all of these have actually started going to seed. Okay. So I call this calendula. Some call it I don't even know how to pronounce what some people call it, but I call it calendula. I wanted to talk to you guys about calendula. I was going to do a flower essence video because today is the new moon, and I want to do some flower essences under this, technically it is the new moon right now, even though you can't see it, but under the new moon, during the day for the sun, for a flower essence, but as well this evening, some new moon essences with stones and flowers. And I will probably do a video today because it is the new moon. It is June 29th, 2026. But I wanted to talk to you real quick about calendula and the medicinal properties of it. And I think what I might do is do videos for medicinal and then do one for the magical uses. That way, if somebody is only interested in the magical or vice versa medicinal, you don't have to sit through the whole video, and hopefully I can get them done much quicker. But ADHD here, doing my best. Just bear with me. Okay, first I want to say about calendula. It is in the marigold family, and as you can see over there, I have a bunch of marigolds. Those marigolds can be used for the properties very similar to the calendula, but this is the most potent. And one of the reasons is, okay, first let me step back. Before I started actually growing medicinals, I still order through Mountain Rose Herbs. I love Mountain Rose Herbs. Of course, obviously, I'm very new on here, so nobody's paying me for anything. It's just a company I've trusted for over a decade, and I will continue to use. But I will say this, with the calendula, when you get it dry, it's not tacky. It doesn't have the resin, which I did not know way back when I started, that calendula actually has a resin, a tacky, sticky resin, which is the potency of the medicine. So for me, as long as I'm able to grow this, I probably won't ever buy it again. And you hate to say you're never going to do something, because then what always happens, you always end up having to do it. So I'm not going to say I never will. I just hope I never have to. I hope I'm able to grow as much as possible that I need for our personal uses. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you what we use calendula for, and what's traditionally used for. But again, as always, I'm not a doctor. This is all for educational purposes only. Consult your doctor or your pharmacist if you want any kind of medications or anything before you do anything at all. Now, with that said, calendula is a really safe flower. It's very, very safe. People traditionally have used calendula infused oils for skin irritations, sunburn, bug bites, rashes, diaper rashes. It's very soothing, calming. I have made a salve before for someone who had breast cancer and had the breast cancer from the radiation, the rashes, to help with the soothing, because it really doesn't interact with anything. Again, research for yourself. I'm just telling you from personal experience. But it's phenomenal for topical uses, and internal, which we'll get to that, but it's phenomenal for topical uses. I have grown calendula for over a decade now, and I have had ups and downs with this plant. She's very, very picky. And I got two plants here. This particular one, I had to start inside in her grow tent in the basement this year, back in like February, I think it was, because the last couple years when I harvest them, when I plant them, they don't ever really produce enough flowers, and they don't get big, or they will start to, I'll forget to harvest, as you can see on these, and they start self-seeding, and then I lose the seeds, and then it doesn't have enough time in the summer to grow and produce flowers. So it's a waste. It's been a total waste. So this year I've been really trying to be proactive because I was at the ends of my mouthwash. I'm at the end of my mouthwash, and Calendula is one that I put in my mouthwash. And of course, I'm always wanting the Calendula infused oil specifically for, anything to do with the skin. And I try to make different salves. I'm always a season ahead, several seasons ahead. So all that I'm making this year will be for next year, because everything that I do have, I've already made from the year before. So Calendula, again, the flower is phenomenal for everything skin related. Literally everything skin related. Rashes, burns, sunburn, bug bites, bee stings. Wound care, of course. If it's an open wound, you got to always be careful, but just everything topical, it's excellent. Even for like anti-aging, it's good for the skin, to nourish the skin. Internally, people will take it as a tea or a tincture for digestive health, to help like settle intestines and stomach like that. But I use other things for that. And what you do when you're building your apothecary, you will find that there are specific plants that call you and speak to you that your body needs, and you'll know it. Or B, look. Or B, there are plants that work excellent, but you would prefer to use a different plant. So for me, this, I'm not going to use for intestinal. I have celiac, so I'm not going to use this for my stomach. I'm going to use slippery elm and marshmallow root before I use this. But what I will do is make a tincture and add this to my mouthwash, because it is excellent for oral health or anything going on. If you have an abscessed tooth, and just oral health in general, it's phenomenal. I have a whole list of different herbs I use, and I'll throw some essential oils in there. I use doTERRA, and I don't want to hear a single person say a single thing about no MLMs or anything like that. There's nothing up for debate on these channels. Everybody's entitled to do and what they want to do with no debating. No debating at all. Everybody has their preferences. I'm just sharing with what I use, and I personally love doTERRA. I do not sell it. I just use it, and I've been using it for over a decade, but I digress. I know that sounded kind of forceful, but sometimes you have to be, because I know how this world is and people are trifling. But anyway, so I use this in a mouthwash, and I love it in a mouthwash. And I'll put like echinacea, kava, I'm trying to think, a myrrh resin tincture. There's a couple others that I use. I had to get my my list. And then there's always, you add your essential oils and stuff. Cloves. I put clove tincture in there too. I make a half a gallon jar, throw a bunch of herbs in there, and make a mouthwash. But anyway, totally on subject, but off subject. So Calendula, phenomenal for skin health. It actually has the resin on it. Some of the colors are a little bit different. This is more orange, where this is more yellow. And then this is what a seed pod looks like when you don't harvest it. This is your seeds. Okay. So the flower goes in, and all of these, it's full of seeds. Maybe 20 seeds, maybe. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just allowing the ones that I've, didn't get to, because this is in our greenhouse. And so let's just say it was raining. I didn't get out here. I just wasn't having a good day and just didn't get out here to harvest. And that happens. Life happens for all of us. I'm just letting them go to seed so I can just have my calendula for next year. These are heirloom seeds. These seeds, I think I got either off of Baker Creek Seeds, Rare Seeds, or Southern Exposure, which are the two seed companies that I use. I think this one is Southern Exposure Seeds, and they're excellent. And never had an issue. But this is your calendula. It does need a lot of moist a lot of sun and it needs to stay moist. And you can see how it has not. Well, some of this is also just, dying out for lack of harvesting and whatnot. But as long as you keep it moist and in plenty of sun, you're going to have a fantastic plant. It should bloom all season long. My hope is to be able to make enough for us personally, which is always your home is your first priority. And then I want to have enough to be able to offer to you guys when we do the capsule pulls, to have some true, organic calendula infused oil. Or I don't think I'll have I definitely won't have enough this year. Maybe a little bit for magical purposes, but definitely not enough for somebody to make their own infused oil or their own tincture this year. I'll have to work on that better next year. But this is the plant. It's actually beautiful. Oh, and it's a great bug repellent like your marigolds. It's deer resistant. And I tried to keep a lot of stuff in here, as you can see, the marigolds and different things in here that are for bug repellent and pollinators. You always want your flowers to be pollinators as well. So anyway, just wanted to kind of go over calendula. And again, this is one I wanted to do a flower essence with. And I kind of got sidetracked trying to upload the garlic videos. But I'll see if I can get to that today for the calendula, or if I'm going to choose another plant. I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use. But anyway, let me know if you've had any experience with it, and y'all have a great day. See ya.